But I thank the gentlelady for hosting not only this conversation, but for standing up for liberty over and over again. I've seen you on this floor over and over again, speaking out for what's right in our nation. And so I very much appreciate that. You know, when a family runs their business by the principles of their faith, which those principles used to be protected in America, can a president step in and say, I disagree with your faith, so I'll pass a regulation? And now this is very important because some people believe this is written into the law. It's not. This is a regulation that was selected by this president. Can a president step in and say, I'm going to create a new regulation that you can no longer practice your faith at work? You can practice your faith at home, but you can't practice your faith at work. Hobby Lobby is a family-owned business. It doesn't want Washington to be its boss. They believe that abortion takes the life of a child and that every child deserves the chance at life. What's wrong with that? If a federal employee disagrees with the faith practice of someone in a company, does that business have to change their faith, change it to the faith of the federal employee, or can they keep their own faith? It's now the rule that's open a company or to work in a job or to get health care, you have to have the same religious convictions as the President of the United States. If you don't, you'll be fined until you change your faith practice. That's not what we're founded on. That's not who we are. Every faith, every opportunity for every person to live out what they believe, at home, at work, and in the community. Just days ago, the President spoke at the National Prayer Breakfast about the cornerstone right of the free expression of religion. That includes Americans who believe that children are a gift of God and they should be nurtured and cared for, not discarded as tissue. Washington is not the boss of every American. Our Constitution matters, freedom of religion matters, and quite frankly, children matter. This family is not some corporate ogre up trying to rule over their employees. They're my neighbor. They live a mile from my house. They're a quiet family. They're a great family that's lived out their faith. They're a tremendous community partner in so many ways in our community and around the country and, quite frankly, around the globe with what they've done to take care of the poor and the needy and the people of faith all over the world. They're an incredible gift to our nation. Yet they're being told you cannot practice your faith anymore. This is not something new that they're doing. The government changed the rules on them. They didn't change their practice. Suddenly a new administration walked in and changed the rules and said you can no longer live your faith at work. Well, I'm honored that they've stepped up. And they've said not so. Not so for their business, not so for businesses around the country. You know, all of us have seen the lists and lists and lists of waivers that this administration's given for the Affordable Care Act. Waivers for the employer mandate. Waivers for the income and verification requirements. Waivers for the Small Business Health Operations Program. A waiver just given a month ago. The administration delayed the requirement for businesses with fewer than 100 employees to offer health insurance until 2016. And then this one. Just March the 5th, a few days ago, the administration announced it will allow people to keep non-compliant insurance plans through 2016. That is non-compliant except in this area. In this one area, they've said, no, we're not going to give a waiver for that one. Instead, we'll fine you $36,500. Everyone else that's non-compliant, we'll give you a waiver except for Hobby Lobby and other businesses like them. They get no waiver. They get the hammer. Is that fair? Is that right? Is this what we've really become as a nation? I think better of us. And I look forward to the Supreme Court taking up this case and setting things straight. Because in this country, we have a constitutional right to speak out and to live out our faith. With that, I yield back to the gentlelady.